morning, beautiful book nerds. It is officially May. You know, as a millennial, the "it's gonna be May" meme is my favorite thing. I almost forgot what day it was, but today is actually my mom and dad's anniversary, and tomorrow is Cora the Explorer's birthday. She'll be 3 years old. I'm a little late to the game because May is Escape the Readathon month, which is being hosted by Lexi. I'll put all of her stuff in, and it's not too late to join. You can still join the readathon if you want. There's going to be a whole lot of cool things. Team Astronomers, baby. Hopefully we can win this year. I believe I was Team Hackers last year. I honestly don't remember. But this year, we're trying to escape a space theme, and if you know anything about me, I'm a huge space nerd. So Astronomers was the perfect place for me to hang out. But we're here to discuss what I'm hopefully reading in May. I have learned, especially this year, that I am trying to be more conscientious about what I am reading. So the readathon, which is more like how much you're reading and the pages that you're reading and things like that, it doesn't go necessarily with the ideals that I want, but also I can read the books that I want, whether it's for the pages or for the prompt. So it's gonna work. We're gonna make it work in how I am handling what I am reading recently. And honestly, this stack of books that you can't see right now because I'm being very strategic about it, is lovely, and I'm interested in literally every single thing that is on here. It's all things that are either a continuation of a series, something that I'm going to be using for my D&D stuff, favorite authors, things off of my 12 recs from 12 friends, things I found on YouTube. Like, all of the prompts are really, really cool, and you get to read things. Now, you open it as you go, so it's a little bit different, but it's really cool. So while I've been yapping for a hot minute, let's go ahead and get into the books that I'm planning to read. Now, these are in no particular order, and depending on what team, depends on what prompt you're reading for. So I'm not telling you what prompt I'm reading for specifically. I can go over the general gist of the prompts because we want it to be secretive. We don't want people to actually know what's going on or what we're reading first, because we do have our first prompts. They went live as of yesterday. Yes, I have already started my book. There's a few things that I can let you know about. So let's start with one of the harder tropes for me is to read a book with my top 3 tropes. Trying to figure out what my top 3 tropes are is difficult. I do know Grumpy Sunshine is my absolute favorite. I don't know if technically cowboys is a trope. That would be one if it is, but Found Family is my number 2, and I still haven't necessarily decided on the 3. This goes for, I didn't write the prompts down. I didn't write what room they are. I'm just going to give you the prompt, and then the story graph also has that, or Lexi's video will also have what rooms they are for, because I'm a dingbat and I didn't write it down because I was just trying to figure out the tropes and the books that I wanted to read in my list. So I don't know what rooms they're for currently, so fun. My ideas for that prompt are specifically, I don't have them in any particular order here. I gotta get down to it. We're gonna continue the Atlas Paradox, potentially. This follows the Atlas 6. I read this one back in September of last year. I believe it was in my last roll for reads, actually, is me reading the Atlas 6. So this is just a continuation. I'm not going to tell you anything about it because the Atlas 6 is the first book. This is a book 2 in a series. So this fits the Found Family kind of prompt, especially after what happened at the end of book 1. The other option is to do my annual reread of Reckless, especially since Fever Dream is coming out. That might also potentially work for one of the prompts as well, but I absolutely adore Theo Silva, and he does make appearances in Fever Dream, so I would like to reread Reckless before going into Elsie's new series, which could also work for another prompt, which is a latest release, which would be Fever Dream, which comes out towards the middle of May, I believe. But other options that I have is, because Indie Bookstore was last weekend, I made a purchase and I got 2 arcs that were part of the incentive. One is Lavender Spike by Rachel Tremblay. I have not heard anything about this book. This is an advanced reader copy. It comes out in June of 2026. But the little blurb thing from Kirkus Reviews is what sucked me into this. So pain, passions, and violence are conveyed as agonizingly and earnestly here as they were in the Hunger Games and Handmaid's Tale cycles. Caution brushstrokes help sell the speculative story of art as the basis of a future police state. So this is something about anti-art radicals and glorified thieves, following Isabel Kerr. She is the last working artist of the Old Holy Order. So it is written by a rising star in science fiction. Lavender Spike is bold, wholly original cyberpunk novel in which art is both drug and religion. So I think that this is going to be a really cool book. So it is definitely on my list of things that I would like to get to. Otherwise, I'm just going to read it when I can, but I'm very excited. This is coming out next month, so I'm very excited. The other option, again, not a author that I have read from before, but this is Meet Me in the Garden by Nina LaCour. I just loved the cover. Comes a sweeping family saga, a story of forbidden love, and a profound meditation on self-discovery, perfect for readers of Hello Beautiful and The Vanishing Half. Neither of which I have read, but I'm very excited for this one. Oh, a lesbian love story for the ages. Fun fact. So yeah, I'm very excited about this. Also, the cover is what really drew me in and was like, okay, we need to read this one. This one also comes out August of 2026. So those are some options for my latest release. I don't have an option for matches the thumbnail of a host yet. I haven't nailed that down yet. Another latest release would be Olivia Blake's Girl Dinner. And a lot of these fit for different prompts where they could be something that I initially intended to read it for one prompt, but it fits a different one. So if I remember to tell you what both of the prompts are, we'll see. A book that a friend loves is going to be The God in the Guisin. This is book 2 in the, the book 2 of Fate's Thread. So the original book for this is The God and the Miho. That's the one, which is Korean folklore, and it was really good. I really enjoyed this, but my best friend Ashley is very hyped up on this, said that the book 2 is just as good as book 1, so I'm very excited to go and get this. I thought I was going to read this almost immediately after finishing book 2. I did not. It's still sitting on my TBR. I have a problem with reading books that follow books in a series because, again, I read this, I believe, for Roll for Reads, and I still haven't touched book 2. You know? Another one of the hardest yet one of the easiest ones was authors whose name is below the title, which we're going to attempt to read Royal Assassin by the Robin Hobb. Notice the Robin Hobb shelf under here. This is part of an ongoing vlog series where I read all of the Hobb. Maddie reads all the Hobb, and I still haven't gotten to Royal Assassin. It was supposed to be 1 book a month for the first quarter, was going to be the Farseer trilogy. Due to the move, that was delayed. So we're going to hopefully get back into reading this series. I really enjoyed book 1. I had a lot of thoughts. I had a lot of feelings. Robin Hobb destroyed my soul at one point. And this one's chunky. That's also the issue, is that a lot of these books are chunky books. Pretty much everything, the rest of this list are chunky books. A book that you borrowed can be anything that you have used, whether that's from Libby, KU, borrowed from a friend, or borrow from a family member, things of that nature. Well, the main goal is to use your library, because libraries are a dying thing, and with the current administration and things that in the way that they are right now, supporting your local library is really awesome. So I have a few different books on my Libby right now, one of which I also have the hardcover. So I am doing an immersion read of this book. I have been waiting to read this book for a hot minute. While you cannot see the cover, this is The Poet Empress by Shen-Tao. I bought this whenever it was released, and this cover, like, look at it. It's stunning. Plus the edges and my bookmark matches so beautifully. I am about 140 pages in right now, and I'm absolutely loving this book. I'm also listening to it, so I get the best of both worlds by getting another book off of my physical TBR and also just using my library. The audiobook is fabulous. I'm a big fan of using the library for audiobooks. And through work, I also get access to an additional library, which almost has a ton of books everywhere. So it's really great. I'm really liking that option. A few other options that I believe I still have are Bread Knives, book 2 from Travis Baldry's Legends and Lattes. I don't remember. Brigands and Bread Knives, I think. And then I have a nonfiction book that's also, it's hard to say what I'm going to pick for that particular story. We do know that The Poet Empress is being read. I'm not telling you if I'm reading it in advance, if I'm just reading it. I just wanted to pick this book up, and I happen to have the library hold, and I started it. So I started it as of yesterday, so it is fully accountable for what I'm reading for a readathon. One of the other options is an anti-rec. So an anti-rec is a book that didn't work for somebody else, but may work for you. The book that I chose actually came from my 12 Recs from 12 Friends, which is The City We Became by N.K. Jemisin. N.K. Jemisin actually terrifies me, but I also feel like I'm going to love her books. This one is, I believe, a science fiction book. Every great city has a soul. Some are ancient as myths. Others are as new and destructive as children. New York, she's got 6, and all 6 will be called the arms in the greatest battle the city has ever fought. So this was in the astronomers chat. Somebody had listed that they did not actually like this, but Bella gave this to me as my one of my recs, and I really think I'm going to enjoy this. So that's going to be a great one to kind of settle into. The book I found on YouTube, Strange Beasts by Susan J. Morris. This was actually in one of Sid's recent videos. So I picked this up. This is a fresh yet familiar gothic tale, part historical fiction, part puzzle box mystery. The worlds of Dracula and Sherlock Holmes collide in a thrilling exploration of feminine power. I believe this is Moriarty, and I don't remember what the name of this is, but this actually fits a few different options because this is, I found on YouTube, blurbed by an author that I loved before. It is blurbed by Emily Hebeck, who is the author of Shark Heart. So that is cool. So this, again, fits multiple prompts, which is also the next 2 books that we have. The Ashfire King by Chelsea Abdullah. This is the sequel to The Stardust Thief. This came out in paperback earlier this year. I am so excited. But this fits for a few different things. It can be from a setting I haven't been to. It is blurbed by Shannon Chakraborty, which is the author of The Adventures of Amina Al-Sarifi, which also has book 2 coming out soon. So that fits for the thing. There's a genre that from last book, so depending on what I read, could fit for that. I'm so excited to read this book. I also have the audiobook, which was fabulous, but I am so excited to get into this book. I have been waiting for almost a year to read this book. Even though it did come out in hardback last year, I have the paperbacks, and I love the paperbacks. They're so happy. It's beautiful. It's stunning. Chelsea has become one of my auto-buy authors. I absolutely adore this woman. I'm so excited for this book. The other book that I have that is blurbed by an author that I've read from before is The Jasad Heir, which ironically enough is blurbed by Chelsea Abdullah, which is a remarkable razor-sharp debut. So this is, again, something that can fit for multiple points of view because this is set in the Kingdom of Jasad, which is fantasy. Fantasy fits for any of them. It also works for, like, if you do a romance, but it's set in a different city or a different country or things like that, you could do. I'm realizing I don't really have a lot of romance books on here. An isolated setting that I am going to be using is Dungeon Crawler Carl Book 7, which is The Inevitable Ruin. I forgot to grab the hardback because it's chunky and I don't like lugging that around. But the reason I'm going with that is because it is set strictly in the 9th floor of the dungeon crawl. You can't leave, you can't get out. You can do anything in this level, but you can't leave the level until you complete the goals. And with how book 6 left off, we're in for a treat. The other one that I have here is Ready Player One by Ernest Cline. This is more research for my next Kids on Bikes thing. So I actually want to get to this book very quickly so that I can start planning so that we can start filming over on Quest Junkies for Kids on Bikes round 2 with the AV Club. We do have some extra ones that I haven't nailed down everything for yet because different genre from what you've read last. It depends on what I read last and when that prompt opens of what I'm going to be reading. So it can be anything from fantasy, sci-fi, romance. It really just depends. Setting I haven't been to before. Again, a few different options, but not something that I've nailed down. Any of these books that the prompt is used and things like that, and I have a book left over, we're going to do it for the randomized reads, and we're going to let the fluffball, whose birthday is tomorrow, pick my read. So I haven't picked anything yet or settled down because it's more of when that opens. I want to know what options I have and what books I'm in the mood for because she likes her treats and she likes to be the center of attention. Any other ones that I'm missing? Matches the thumbnail, haven't nailed down yet because I haven't decided if I want to go for a book or the vibe of what it is, and an underhyped book, which honestly, a lot of these could be considered underhyped because a lot of these I really haven't heard people talk about. Because it could be one of the newer books that are being released. Those haven't been talked about, other than Elsie's. That one's been talked about a lot. But yeah, so these are all of my plans for Escape the Readathon. Let's see if we can. This looks a whole lot more intimidating whenever everything's stacked on top of one another. But yeah, let's. Ugh. Oh boy. Yeah. This is my stack. May's gonna be such a good month. I'm so excited, guys. It's gonna be great. If you've tuned in this far, let's leave a lamp emoji. I think there's a lamp for the Ashfire King or the Stardust Thief because it's about Jin. So, you know, because it looks like a lamp with fire. Yeah. So leave that. What are you excited about? What team did you join if you're participating in Escape the Readathon? Again, astronomers. Or you could use an astronomy like a spaceship, you know? Let me know that you're on the team. Otherwise, keep reading, book nerds. Let me know what you are excited for, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye!